Hola, this video is going to cover the study guide, which you will have access to via a link in the second module, the one covering basic phonetics and the alphabet. So there are going to be 4 parts, 4 different sections on the upcoming test for this Thursday. You have today to work with the study guide and tomorrow to work with the study guide, and then the test is Thursday. So here's a rundown of the different sections. First one is letter recognition. You're going to write down the letters as you hear them in the order that you hear them to spell a word. And the word's going to be in Spanish, so odds are you won't know if you spelled it right or not. By looking at it, you'll have to listen, and you can't really guess to finish the word because it's words you haven't heard before because they're in Spanish. Section 2 is focusing on written and natural accents. Written accent is the accent mark. Section 3 is syllables and accents, so counting syllables and understanding where accents are in words. And finally, we have a oral section, which is going to be speaking on your part, pronouncing words. And this will actually be in a different section. This will have to be an assignment so that you can do some audio recordings to submit it. So the quiz will actually be in 2 parts. The first part will be obviously just a Canvas quiz for sections 1 through 3, and then section 4 will be an assignment that will be right underneath that in the module for Thursday. So let's go ahead and get some practice with this study guide so that we have an idea of what's coming up on Thursday. So on Thursday, for the first section, letter recognition, there's going to be an audio recording of me saying the letters, and I'm going to say each one once, and you'll have the option to continue to replay that as many times as you need. And then students who are in class, I'll say each of these 3 times and then repeat any ones you need beyond that. So go ahead and be sure you have a study guide open in a separate tab or a piece of paper and pencil in front of you, because we are going to go through these now, and you will want to write these down as I'm saying them to be able to practice. So, number 1, se, o, pe, a. Again, number 1 is se, o, pe, a. Number 2, ere, o, j, o. Again, number 2 is ere, o, j, o. Number 3, and if I'm going too fast for you, this is a video, so you can just rewind and listen to it again. Number 3, K, A, Y, A, K. Again, number 3 is K, A, Y, A, K. Number 4, D, E, N, G, U, E. Again, number 4 is D, E, N, G, U, E. Number 5, H, O, J, A. Again, number 5 is H, O, J, A. Number 6, E, S, T, U, F, A. Again, number 6 is E, S, T, U, F, A. Number 7, L, I, M, B, O. Again, number 7 is L, I, M, B, O. Number 8, Z, A, N, A, H, O, R, I, A. Again, number 8 is Z, A, N, A, H, O, R, I, A. Number 9, Y, U, N, Q, U, E. Again, number 9 is Y, U, N, Q, U, E. And number 10 is E, X, C, E, L, E, N, T, E. Again, number 10 is E, X, C, E, L, E, N, T, E. That is section 1. At the end of this video, I will show you the correct answers. Go back and listen to those if you missed one or several. Go back and listen to those, get that practice, because that practice is going to really help you and pay off on Thursday. So section 2, written and natural accents. Now, obviously, the Canvas quiz is going to look different from this study guide because it'll be in Canvas format instead of a like a Word document type deal. But what you're going to be asked to do is the same. So, just to review, every word in Spanish has an accent or emphasis on a specific syllable. Each of these words is labeled for where its accent should be. Where its accent should be. If the natural accent is already on that syllable, do nothing. Otherwise, you're going to put an accent mark over the correct syllable. So, for example, the accent on this word should be on the second to last syllable. So, I'm going to do my rules for the natural accent. I look at the very last letter. That is an L. An L is not a vowel, S or N. So the natural accent would be on the last syllable. But the accent on this word is supposed to be on the second to last syllable. I know you know because I told you. I said second to last syllable. So if the natural accent is here, but the accent is supposed to be here, the only way to get that accent there is with a written accent mark. So the correct answer would be fútbol. In the second example, we do the same thing. This word is supposed to have its accent on the last syllable. So first we need to figure out where is the natural accent. We look at the last letter. It's a de. The de is not a vowel S or N. So the natural accent would be on the last syllable. Where is the accent supposed to be? On the last syllable. So the natural accent is already where it's supposed to be. So I don't need an accent mark because the natural accent is already on the last syllable. So I just leave it alone. If it doesn't need an accent mark, if the natural accent is already on the syllable labeled to the left, you do nothing. If it needs an accent mark in order to be pronounced correctly, then you need to write an accent mark. So, we'll do 2 examples here that don't have the answer right next to them. This word right here is supposed to have the accent on the second to last syllable. Where is the natural accent? It ends with an ere. So the natural accent would be on the last syllable because that's not a vowel S or N. So this is where the natural, this is where the natural accent is. But where is my accent supposed to actually be? It's supposed to be here. And so the only way to get it there is with an accent mark. Is that how you spell that word? With a hey? Interesting. let's do this one right here, número 7. So, where's the natural accent? If it ends with an A is a vowel, so the natural accent is on the second to last syllable. So, the natural accent is on the second to last syllable. The accent is supposed to be on the second to last syllable, so we do nothing because the accent is already there. You only put an accent mark if you're trying to change where the accent goes on a word. If you have questions about section 2, you can try and email me and I'll try my best to explain it, but honestly the best way for me to explain it to you is going to be in person, so try and get on that Google Meet at 12:07 or to 12:32 today or tomorrow before the test. Alright, section 3, syllables and accents. For each of these words, you're going to count the syllables. Remember, a syllable is a vowel sound. You're going to put the number of syllables each word has in the column labeled number. This will be different on your Canvas quiz, but this is what you're going to do for the study guide. You're going to put the number of syllables right here. So this word, we're looking at it, has a diphthong because we have a weak vowel next to another vowel. So that's one syllable. Remember, diphthongs are one syllable. And then we have an isolated vowel, which is also a syllable. So we have 2 syllables in this word. Then we need to figure out where the accent is. So the accent in this word is either going to be on the last syllable or second to last syllable because there's only 2 syllables. There's no accent mark, so we need to follow natural accent rules. Okay, good. The spinning wheel of death went away. Second to last syllable. Oh, this is not great. My computer might be about to explode. So we look at the last letter. That's an O. And the rules for natural accent is if it ends with the vowel S or N, the natural accent's on the second to last syllable. So for this word, natural accent is going to be on the second to last syllable. And this will be either multiple choice or drop down box style on the test. So it has 2 syllables and the natural accent is on the second to last syllable. Same thing with this example here. We count syllables, 3 isolated vowels, so 3 syllables. And the accent is on the third to last syllable. How do I know? There's an accent mark. So the ones with accent marks are super easy because they are basically an arrow pointing, hey, this is where the accent is. And one more example here. 2 isolated vowels, so we have 2 syllables. And the emphasis is on the last syllable because it ends with a they, which is not a vowel S or N. So those are the 3 sections that will be on the Canvas quiz portion of this exam. And this final section here, the oral exam, this is going to take the form of an assignment because assignments are the only way that it will let you submit a audio file. So I'm going to give you options of all of these words. And you are going to submit a recording of you saying one of these words. Simple as that. These are the exact same words that will be options for the test, so practice them. We're just following our rules. So a he followed by an a makes a g sound. Vowels, their names are their sound, so a and o. And then we have gato, mono, chiva, hongo, mamá, débil, vivir, gustar, niño, hasta, tuanis, éxito, biblioteca, cinturón, ciudad, paraguas, Europa, neutral, estudiar, hielo, amarillo, aburrido, pregunta. And for the hard ones, these are worth 5 points apiece. Paraguay, chinchilla, autoridad, continuo, adecuado, 21, neurótico, inocencia, carretera, izquierda, murciélago. So, easy words are worth 2 points apiece. Medium is worth 3. Hard is worth 10. So you're getting 10 points for pronunciation of these words. The scoring is very simple. If you mispronounce a vowel sound, that's a pretty serious mistake. That would be like saying chaiba instead of chiba. It'd be like saying ongo instead of ongo. So if you mispronounce a vowel sound, minus 2 points. If you mispronounce a consonant sound, that would be like saying hato instead of gato. That would be minus 1 point. So if you said hato, you would get 1 point on this word instead of 2. If you said mono, that would be missing a vowel sound, so you would get 0 points out of the 2. If you misplace an accent, so you put the emphasis on the wrong syllable, then that doesn't sound too great either. That'll be minus 1 point. So instead of saying mama, we say mama. That would be minus 1 point. Instead of saying hasta, we say hasta. That would be minus 1 point for the misplaced accent. And those are cumulative. So if on a hard word you mispronounce 2 vowel sounds and say Paraguay, you would only get 1 out of the 5 points there. If you said chinchilla and you put an is sound for this first one, that's minus 2 points. If you put chinchilla, that would be 0 points because you missed this E sound, and this consonant digraph sound of a y. You said l, chinchilla. That would be 0 points. So pronunciation matters. 10 points for that. And finally, there are going to be 4 letters on that exam or on the assignment that I want you to pronounce, and I will select those letters for you. And all you're going to do is say the name of that letter. So say I had selected. Oh, I cannot highlight this. What in the world? There we go. Say I selected these 4 letters. You would have to say the names of these. So you would say D, J, Q, and Z. If you said, I don't know, Da, H, Q, and Zeta, you would get 0 points because you have to say them correctly. Zeta, Q, J, D. So pronunciation does matter. This is your study guide. You have today and tomorrow to work on it, and Thursday is our test. It is worth 50 points. That is a lot. So be sure you're ready for it, and if you have any questions, please let me know. As promised, here are the answers for the writing section. You can pause the video and look at those. Study, 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 and best of luck.